Good evening, friends. A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A warm welcome to one and all for this exclusive session from Traders Gurukul as a part of our weekly webinar series. So, today I am the speaker and also the host for this program. The title of today's discussion is Multi Time Frame Analysis. So, how many of you are attending this session for the very first time? Okay, so welcome Vijayendra, Lisa, Divi, and many more friends. I'm happy to see you for the first time. I'm the founder of Traders Gurukul. I have been in the traders community ever since 2013, maybe 7 years of serious trading in the financial markets. Friends, I am a techno fundamental analyst. I am a GAN practitioner. I am a precision price action trader and also an intraday algo trader. So I'm a mechanical engineer by education with an MBA in finance. I have spent 15 years in various Fortune 500 companies across many overseas locations, and I have been a full-time trader from the last 3 years. So from April 2017, I have been in the world of training. I have successfully completed more than 10 quarters so far, so it has been an excellent roller coaster journey. If you want to know more about me, go and read my Money Control article, my Money Control interview. You would know more about myself. And today, let us learn the art of multi-time frame analysis. So when we speak about multi-time frame analysis, what goes to your mind or what comes to your mind? Lisa says same script, different time frames. Okay. Any more answers? Shyam says reading charts in multiple time frames. Vijendra says how the stocks behave during the course of the day. Srinivasan says to identify price action in different time zones. Right. Sounds good. Friends, most of the times, to give a simple perspective to this whole conversation, I generally say you compare this multi time frame into three different governments that are in play. We have a central government, we have a state government, we have a city corporation. I am from the city of Bangalore. We have a Bangalore City Corporation, which we call BBMP here in this part of the country, which is currently run by the BJP. We have a state government, which is currently run by BJP, and we have a central government, which is also run by BJP. What does that mean? So all three higher levels are they not in sync? Of course, even if it is theoretically in sync, those idiots don't get in sync. That's a known thing. Okay, politics aside. But however, as a system, as a process, as a thought process, they're all in sync. How many of you can connect to this? It is the simplest example that I can give you. I do not want to spend too much time in explaining what multi-time frame analysis is, because by nature the concept is self-explanatory. Rather, I would like to spend more time in doing a logical multi-time frame study on the charts. Everyone says always look at the big picture. How big? How big? What big? How do you measure that big? They are good to be great objectives in management meetings. Always check the HTF, ITF, and LTF. What does they stand for? Anybody knows it? HTF stands for higher time frame, ITF stands for intermediate time frame, and LTF stands for lower time frame. Most of the times people check the behavior of stocks in different time frames to make a logical decision. Is it worth investing? Okay. Always trade at the lower time frame. Why? Because that is a time frame where you want your action to happen. Investors primarily focus on daily, weekly, and monthly charts, whereas positional traders focus on hourly, daily, and weekly charts, while intraday traders, they focus on 5 minutes, 15 minutes hourly, or 15 minutes hourly or daily. And most of the times I make it 15 minutes, 25 minutes, 75 minutes. All right. Sometimes I use 15 minutes, 75 minutes, and weekly also. Why? I will explain in the subsequent slides. See this beautiful chart. In this chart, friends, the price comes down, moves up, comes down, moves up, comes down, moves up, and finally comes down, moves up. There is a proper zigzag movement. But when you see the same thing on a lower time frame, see how it travels. When you see on a further lower time frame, what happens? There are a lot of intermediate changes that are expected to happen. Which means your every time frame has many internal lower time frames. Your day is made up of 375 minutes. Anybody has this doubt? Why 375? Because our stock markets operates from 9:15 to 3:30, that is 6 hours and 15 minutes. All right. How many 25-minute candles are 375? Any guess? 15. Very good. How many 5 minutes candles are there in a day? Lisa says 45. I am sorry. Just go back to your calci, divide your 375 by 5, finish. It is 75. Is that clear? It is 75. Good. Now, so in a single day, there are 75 5-minute candles. There are 15 25-minute candles. There are how many 75-minute candles? There are 5 75 minutes candles. And how many hourly? There are 6 hourly candles. It's not actually 6, it's little more than 6. Because of that discrepancy, we always love to trade on 25 minutes and 75 minutes. I generally see 5 minutes, 25 minutes, and 75 minutes. That is the time frame which I generally enjoy watching when I am trading on a lower time frame. Now, so here is the simple matrix which briefs about how you need to apply and use multi-time frame analysis for your trading decisions. Point number 1. Your higher time frame is in an uptrend, which means central government is BJP. Your intermediate time frame is in an uptrend. Okay, state government is BJP. And your lower time frame is an uptrend where your city corporation is also BJP. So what does it mean? Every time frame is giving an unidirectional support. Every time frame is telling boss the stock is going up. So what will you do? You just buy in a prospective demand zone. Imagine a situation where your central government is BJP, your state government is Congress, and your city corporation is BJP. Now imagine the life of those kind of people. The corporation has to work with in sync with state government. It doesn't happen because they are opposition parties. Now the state government has to work closely with central government. They have their own problem. They have their ideological issues with them. So where is the sync? There is absolutely no sync. In such scenarios, in such scenarios, you expect an alignment to happen. You don't trade in such scenarios, but you trade in the first scenario. Now imagine the price is in an uptrend at the higher time frame. The intermediate time frame is also uptrend, but lower time frame is downtrend. Which is bigger? Don't you think lower intermediate time frame is bigger than the higher time frame? It is definitely bigger. The the lower time frame is much smaller than the ITF, which is much smaller than the HTF also. Okay, sorry for that statement. So what we do, we will wait for the lower time frame downtrend to slow down and take a reversal, and finally join the journey with the intermediate time frame and higher time frame. That is what is the meaning of demand zone nesting, where buy in a nested demand zone with the ITF. We will try to analyze Nifty and Bank Nifty and see if these scenarios emerge today. Okay. Now, what is the next case? Imagine the price is in a downtrend. The intermediate price is also downtrend. Even in the lower time frame, it is a downtrend. So all three trends are down. So naturally, you can sell in any good supply zone. Okay, but whenever your higher time frame is down, intermediate is down, while your lower time frame is up, there is an issue. So what you will do, the so-called lower time frame which is going up, you will wait for that to reverse so that all three are in the same direction, and you will take a sell call in a supply zone nested with an ITF. However, if your higher time frame is in downtrend, intermediate is in uptrend, and lower time frame is in downtrend, there is a clear misalignment. You will not take such trades. You will not take such trades. You will always wait for alignment. This is the fundamental thought process which you need to apply in trading. If you are a precision price action trader, if you trade the power patterns, most of the times this multi time frame alignment will be in sync, because your power patterns will not give a trade until and unless these rules are passed automatically. Shalin Agarwal makes a interesting statement. He is giving me another scenario. He says, Ashok, what happens if higher time frame is going down, intermediate time frame is going up, and lower time frame is going up? What he's saying is this. Let me change the color so that you all know what he's talking. HTF is down, whereas LTF and ITF is going up. Shalin, answer to you is, let's say this is a motorbike, two-wheeler, okay? Your lower time frame is like a two-wheeler. Your intermediate time frame is like a car. I am too good in drawing, so you need to tolerate me. Whereas the higher time frame is a mega truck, or even a huge bus, or a tanker, or a canter, or a lorry, whatever you want to say. Now tell me something. If you assemble a car and a motorbike and use both of them to go and hit a fast moving truck in an opposite direction, what will happen to the car and bike? Shalin, you got your answer? Okay. So whenever your higher time frame is not in sync with your lower and intermediate, you should never attempt. Okay. Great. Lisa, you're right. Sounds good. Now let us do one thing. Now let us go to Nifty chart and cross check. All right. Now this is a daily chart of Nifty. Yeah. October future continuous contract. Now what is the trend of Nifty, friends? Anybody? Shubha says uptrend, Madhu says uptrend. Okay, everybody says uptrend. Anybody who says it is downtrend? Krishna is telling downtrend. How many of you have watched the trend line theory, the art of drawing trend line videos in YouTube? How many of you have seen that? The trend line videos in YouTube. Please go to YouTube and watch the art of drawing trend lines videos. Okay. Theoretically, Nifty is in an uptrend. In daily also. If you ask me how, I will take a small trend line. I can draw a trend line like this. If you have already attended the art of drawing trend line book rules, you will definitely remember. If you have not, please go back and watch those videos to understand the art of drawing trend lines. This is my valley 1. Okay. This is my valley. This is my valley. This is my valley. And this is my valley. Now, what I am going to do now is, I'll take another color. I will treat this whole thing as a valley. This is the second valley. Okay, all the people who learned the trend lines before, did you identify the two valleys of as per me? Any arguments? Am I valid? We have two valleys. The second high is greater than the first high, and the second low is equally greater than the first low. So the daily trend is definitely upside. If daily trend is upside, I don't think I would have to look much at weekly. Okay. How many of you can make out weekly trend is also up? I can draw this trend line or even this. This is my trend line. This is also my trend line. How many of you understand this? So your weekly is also uptrend. So naturally your monthly can also be uptrend only. Okay. I do not want to waste my time there. So technically monthly is also an uptrend. All right. So after daily, what is the next time frame? I like 75 minutes. Okay. This is 75 minutes. One way of drawing your trend line is this, which is already broken. Okay. In 75 minutes, your trend line is broken. In daily, it was not broken. How about 25 minutes? In 25 minutes also, your trend line is broken. Sounds good. Now what I will do is, let us go and do a decent zone marking. To erase everything, the trends are clear to me. Okay. What I will do, I will just go and pick a proper color for the supply zones. Gap up, base, rally. This is my monthly supply zone. I'm sorry, daily supply zone. This is another zone, which is, what kind of a zone is this, friends? What kind of a zone is this? That's a demand zone. That's a demand zone. That's a demand zone. Okay, I am just identifying the drop based rallies and rally based rallies, drop based drop, and rally based drop scenarios. And I just marked 3 possible daily zones and 1 good supply zone. Okay, now if you ask me personally, this is an authentic zone, no doubt. This is this is not an authentic zone because it is touching through the base. Okay, this is not an authentic zone, and this is not an authentic zone. So all demand zones are not authentic zones, whereas the supply zone is an authentic zone. So where is price? Price is at 11,768, yesterday's close. Now you have a demand zone at 11,200 levels, 500 point below, and you have a supply at 12,000, which is around 250 points above. This is your observation. So your daily time frame is more or less taken care. Now let me go to a 75-minute time frame. When you go to a lower time frame, particularly in Scripps index, which is a combination of more than 50 stocks, there is definitely a unique challenge. Because of various gap down and gap up scenarios, you have a unique challenge. Now look at this scenario. Now where is the zone? Can someone tell me where is the zone? These are all base candles. Whole thing is base. This is all base, base, base. Where is a fresh zone? Please show me a fresh zone here. Watch it carefully and try to identify a fresh zone. I made it simpler for you. If you look at it, rally, base, base, rally, that is tested. These are all bases. So what I'm going to say is, let me mark this for you. This is a base, 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 base. So this whole thing is a base. And this is a base, base, base. So this complete region is more or less compressed. How many of you agree? How many of you agree this whole region is compressed? Whenever the whole region is compressed, they are the areas of absolute manipulations. They are the areas of seeking liquidity from the retail traders. These are the regions where you need to be a little careful. Somebody says 7,000, 11,600 to 700 levels. There is a good zone to mark. Okay, we can mark there. I am currently looking at the top. One fresh zone that I can see here is this. Taking this at the top, this zone. How many of you agree? This is in a 75, one good supply zone, fresh zone. Okay, it is a fresh supply zone. And how many of you identified this zone? A drop based drop. Now I'll go to a 25-minute time frame. When you go to 25 minutes time frame, the story gets complicated, but at times things get easy. How many of you get this? Is this not a good zone? It is good zone, but it is tested zone. How many of you agree? Watch it carefully. Watch this zone. It is a good zone, but it is a tested zone. Is that an authentic zone? It is not an authentic zone. It is neither a fresh zone nor an authentic zone. Okay? There is a beautiful authentic zone hidden in between the two. Can someone identify it? This is a beautiful authentic zone. Anyway, any argument? This Chotu. This is an authentic zone. Anybody who wish to argue? It is a level over level, no problem, but it is definitely an authentic zone. Correct? Great. Okay. Now, friends, what is this? What is this whole thing? It is up compression. Ayappa, it's not impression, it's compression. We should call it compression, not consolidation. Consolidation is different. Compression is different. It is pure compression. Do we trade in such levels? Do we even attempt? We don't even attempt. Why? We don't attempt such levels because those are the points of seeking liquidity from the innocent retailers. Very good. Thank you. See, now we have marked your daily, you have marked your 25-minute time frame. How do I remove that circle, man?